Hi, everyone. Hey, I'm Shilpi Sinha. I'm the product leader for M365 Admin Center. Thank you for joining our session. You all know what you're here for, right? We're going to be doing a silent disco. Ready? Except we won't be dancing. We'll be just geeking out on governance of AI. Sorry to disappoint you on that one. I don't think I've presented in a setup like this, so I'm not going to start without testing this. So if you can hear my voice, make some noise. If you are a global admin in your organization. Okay, impressive. A billing admin? Okay. And a newly minted AI admin? Woo, we want to hear more of those next time we see. But anyway, I'm joined by Ronil Dhruva from my team, and together we're going to talk about two top of minds for you. One, M365 Copilot management, and two, Agent 365, agent management, and the role that the M365 Admin Center plays in that to help IT teams shape a secure, scalable, and value-driven deployment of AI in their organization. Third day of Ignite, I'm sure you've seen this slide in many sessions and heard how frontier firms are leveraging their human ambition through people, supported by Copilot as their personal assistants, and augmented by a collection of agents that understand and execute business processes, collectively enabling organizations to unleash productivity at very high levels. IT teams across the board are thinking about one aspect of how to enable this transformation by providing visibility and controls that without reinventing their entire IT and operating models. And that is where M365 Admin Center plays a role. We remain your central hub, your primary destination for managing both Copilot, agents, and your people. Last year at Ignite, we had introduced the new role, the AI admin role. It was scoped to enabling transaction of policies and controls related to Copilot and agents. And over the course of this year, we have been augmenting it with more capabilities. This year, we're announcing the new M365 Admin Center homepage that is tailored for this AI admin role, with a at-a-glance view on metrics like Copilot adoption, agent adoption, and your people resources, as well as new information that you can use to be informed about all the new value we are releasing for AI. Now I want to dive straight into the Copilot management, M365 Copilot management. Again, just reconnecting the dots for you. Last Ignite, we had announced the Copilot Control System, which enables ITs with specific tools to manage Copilot from the three pillars perspective: security and governance, primarily ensuring you have the ability to secure your data, protect your data, and stay compliant at all levels. The management controls that you need to be able to ensure the right people have access to Copilot, aspects of Copilot, and that you can customize and configure Copilot, and measurement and reporting. You need to be able to see how usage and adoption is growing and what is the impact of your investment in Copilot. Over the course of this year, we have continued to add more capabilities to Copilot, and the Copilot Control System has kept pace with that innovation to give you the controls and the visibility you need to drive Copilot adoption in your organization. In this session, we're not going to try to walk you through all the controls we have shipped over the course of this year, but we are going to help you see how we're organizing all of this information in a way that you have what you need to be able to drive this transformation. All the controls you need are easily available. All the insights you need are all easily available, as well as your security posture is well understood and all available right from within the M365 Admin Center. Now, one thing that we did was, this has given us a good amount of time to reflect on feedback from you. So I wanted to just touch base on, across these three pillars of Copilot Control System, what have we heard from you, and what have we done to respond to that feedback and add new capabilities here. So first, on the Copilot, on the security and governance pillar, it is great that Copilot comes enabled with with security and governance capabilities. And your security ops teams do have dedicated portals where they go in and configure these policies. But what we're trying to do is blend these silos a little bit and make sure that the information that is otherwise within these portals are available to you as an admin within the M365 Admin Center. So now you can easily be aware of the available coverage and the gaps or the remaining actions that you have to take to ensure that you have the right levels of security and compliance postures in place, all from within the M365 Admin Center. Second, in the management control space, we heard from you that it was very difficult to really understand the comprehensive definition of success from a deployment and configuration perspective. And so what we've done is we've enhanced the experiences so that you have a Copilot overview page that brings a lot of contextual metrics and actionable insights across these three pillars right within a dashboard view so that you can get to information faster and take the actions needed. Second, we're adding a complete comprehensive view of I'll take those. We're adding a complete comprehensive view of all the configuration steps that you have to do, all the controls that you have access to, and the state and exposure of those controls. So again, a very comprehensive view so that you can have a quick bird's eye view on what actions you have to take and where to focus your time. Last but not the least in this pillar, we know we have to stay with the AI trend. We're not just giving you a user experience, we're also enabling all critical admin workflows to be enabled through an AI experience. One is within the admin Copilot. We call it the Copilot for M365 Admin Center, so you get it right from M365 Admin Center itself. And the second we've also done is we've integrated it into BizChat as an admin agent. So I'm going to walk you through some of these experiences so you can know how to interact with these. And last but not the least, we have more improvements coming on the measurement and reporting side. We've heard from you, you need more data. We're bringing more insights. We're bringing more measures of intensity. We're bringing more actionable information within your workflows. So it used to be in the past very separate. Usage information and your admin workflows were very separate in the user experience. We're bringing them closer and together. And we're adding more value within the Viva Insights Copilot dashboards by adding new metrics and new capabilities in there. So systematically, I'm going to walk you through all of this through a demo. And I'm going to start with the Copilot overview page. For this, I'm going to just put myself in the shoes of an IT leader. You've heard of 𝗲𝗲, the smart textile company. It's been all over this conference. So continuing on that thread, here I am. The part of my journey here is I'm responsible for ensuring 𝗲𝗲 is just another frontier firm, really forward-looking in their AI adoption. We've already got Copilot, and we've also started deploying, encouraging people to start using agents. So that's the state we are in. And I'm going to show you how the admin experience within the M365 Admin Center is going to help me continue to stay on top of my controls. So first of all, on the Copilot overview, I'm assuming you guys are all familiar with the M365 Admin Center, but a quick walkthrough. On the left nav, first thing you see is Copilot, and right under there, all the experiences I'm going to talk to you can be found right there. On the Copilot overview page, first, I'm really excited to see that there is a funnel view. It's a very simple but important metric. I want to be able to have a good sense on how many users have I licensed for M365 Copilot, how many of them are using it, and how many of them are using the Copilot chat experience, which does not require the license experience. Very simple, but very powerful funnel, and you start that experience right there. As you scroll through, one of the main things we're trying to do here is divide the experience into logical progressions of your AI journey, starting with more metrics and more actionable insights for use of Copilot chat. The next is about use of agents within M365 Copilot. And then last but not the least, the use of M365 Copilot, the licensed product. We're just helping you see very systematically different metrics that are pertaining to each of these capabilities. Let me start with Copilot chat. On the left, you see the top metrics, again, starting with are people using it? So the 11,000 number you see there is active users. And are people happy with it? What is the satisfaction rate on there? And I can click on those numbers and get an inline experience that says, here's the trend, here are the apps from which people are using it. So again, a very quick view, but allows you to keep an eye on these metrics. The other thing in all of this is that you can then get actionable insights, things that we've marked as, if you see the red arrow there, red triangle that says needs attention. So on the right side of the page, you will get actionable insights that need your attention, and we've bubbled up the most important ones right here. So let me start with the first one here, which is about making sure that there is security on all my Copilot chat interactions. So because Copilot comes with enabled security, it is good that I have a lot of the protections in place, but I can also see that it's showing me 10% of my Copilot interactions were blocked because it had sensitive data. So let me go in there, click on it, and understand what is this piece of information. So this is the dedicated security view that we have created right within the Copilot section. And it gives you not just this metric, but many more metrics that you can see. The main point of this is information otherwise scattered across a lot of different security and compliance portals, and we're bringing the top insights and actionable elements right here within M365 Admin Center. So first thing here, I get to see what is the type of sensitive information that is probably getting used in Copilot interactions, but getting protected and prevented because of all our Purview, Microsoft Purview capabilities. And that's good information. Then I also see that there are 12,000 users that are protected by this protection. But I have more users than that in my organization. I would definitely want to see them all protected by this. And I'm now enabled to simply take those actions right from here in the M365 Admin Center. So the right pane, the familiar right pane, it shows up, again with the same pieces of information, but now it gives me the actions that I can take right from here. One of the actions I can do is to add more users to this protection. And I'd simply just do that by saying, all right, a simple notion here. I also have the ability to select a certain set. So from 12,000, I can go to 15,000 if I want. But here, just for simplicity, I'm showing you that I'm able to select all users and save that information. And now you can see there, I'm saying all my users are protected by this information, by this protection. Similarly, we've brought the next thing on the security compliance radar for you is to understand data protection, data file labeling, site permissions. So again, here we're bringing information that is otherwise in other parts of the products, but we're bringing it here so that you can see just how many files and how many sites are protected. And then what is the remaining pieces of action that you have to take? Now in this is definitely an action that you have to plan out with your SharePoint admins and your other SecOps partners. And so all that we're doing here is bringing you the visibility and giving you the right sets of actions that you can drive from here. Now let me take you to the next piece of showing you where you will find the comprehensive list of all the security, all the settings that you have to do. So again, on the left nav, you would click on the settings and go to that page. So when we initially started rolling out Copilot, one of the things we heard from customers was it was really hard for them to understand just what are all the things they need to do to left to right to really understand, before I start rolling out, what do I need to do? So first thing that we've done here is create this comprehensive list of all actions, and we've categorized them simply in buckets that very reasonably you can understand. Deployment essentials, these are the things without which you can't really start using Copilot. What are the things that are needed for data security? That is top of mind for you, so all the actions in that space. And then what are the controls you have that you need to be aware of and set up so that you can ensure that your end users are having an optimal experience with Copilot. So simple categories, list of actions under there, and we're maintaining a good list of how done are you on that. So there's a status for completion, and then there's a availability, a scope, like how many users have you enabled this for? Did you enable it for all your users? Did you enable it for a few? Sometimes when you're trying to roll something out, you would enable some things for a few of your, maybe your IT team or your early beta testers, and then you would sort of say, okay, now expand. So this allows you to keep in track that there are some settings that are not yet exposed to all users, because that could mean that some users in your organization are not having the most right experience. So this is a quick view for you to be able to see that. Now say for example here, this is also a good place for where we introduce new controls. Like I said, as Copilot releases new capabilities, if we are augmenting the controls you have, we will bring that right in here. So you have an easy way to find all the new controls that are available. So imagine this, that as we ship the capability for image generation from Copilot or use of images from Copilot, there's a new control around it. And this allows you to see, A, it is marked with an action needed, so you can quickly see that there's something new in here. Second, you can click right from here. We're bringing in contextual information of what the setting is about, why does it matter, and also if you have not paid attention to it, as we release the capability, if you've not paid attention, but if your end users are hitting a wall because this is not enabled for them, we're bringing that information right here. So for example, in this, I can see that 22,000 users in my organization have already tried, and about 160,000 prompt actions were blocked because this capability was not available to them. So now you can start seeing, hey, this is an important setting. Let me make sure I can actually turn this on so my users are having a good experience with Copilot. And so I can turn that setting on right from here and ensure that people are good with it. So the main thing in this is, again, we will keep this should become your primary destination for coming and making sure you're aware of A, things that still have actions, B, things that are new that are coming that you need to start exploring, and all the relevant information about it will be here. So this, we imagine this to become a good primary spot for you to be fully aware and drive actions from. Let me go now back to the overview page, and I want to quickly show you some of the other actionable insights that we've packed in here for you. So again, each of these three categories, we're experimenting with a new design paradigm. Give us feedback if this resonates for you. But what we're trying to do is, per each section, we're bringing at least 4 or 5 actionable insights. Our goal is, at any given point of time, this should be contextual to what is actionable by you in your organization. If, let's say, you have a configuration that is already set up, it won't show up as here for you. If you have, like say, for example, in this case, PayGo, if it's already set up, you won't see go turn it on. You will see, hey, how many users are using Copilot and are racking up meters or consumption credits for you. So each card is about, again, the 3 pillars across security, across management controls, as well as across usage and adoption, but really helping you see information that is contextual to where you are in your organization. And so we have these for Copilot Chat. We also have it for agents. You can see trending agents in your organization. And you have it also for the M365 Copilot license. Again, same paradigm. Left is the insights. Each insight is clickable. We're bringing you, number of active users, your adoption score for based on how many people are adopting M365 Copilot, satisfaction rate, as well as the ability to measure impact as measured by the Copilot assisted hours. And clicking on any of them takes you to the right contextual next step where you have more details. You can also jump from here directly into Viva Insights to see your Copilot dashboard. We've wired it up such that the roles that have access to this experience also have the ability to view that information in Viva Insights. So let me now walk you through the third area from a measurement and reporting perspective on what improvements we've made for usage. So in usage, we have, we're bringing you not just the same funnel, but also a full view of all the actions that we have, all the reports that we have, whether it is for Copilot Chat, M365 Copilot, the license usage, agent usage, Copilot search, credits usage, and again, like I mentioned, the click-through into the Viva Insights. I'm going to go a little faster and show you what we're bringing into the Copilot Chat usage report. Main thing we're adding in here, actually one step back, you've asked for this and we're bringing this back to you, usage intensity. Previously, we had brought in the metrics that said, are people using it? Now we're bringing, how do you measure intensity of usage based on average number of days people are using, number of prompts people are using, and that's all available in the user level dashboard data here. Now, one last demo before I hand it off to Ronil. Again, I promised you this was work that we were doing to enable AI experience for you, your own admin assistant to help you take care of critical workflows. There's a lot of information available across the M365 Admin Center, whether it's billing, usage. We want to give you an AI experience that takes care of all of this data and helps you drive your critical. So one of the things that we do here is, say for example, you wanted to assign licenses to your users. You would actually, you could invoke the admin Copilot right from that card, and you can interact with it in a way that says, show me all the users that I should actually be assigning these licenses to. In the readiness report today, we offer an ability for you to say, okay, which are the users that are most likely to benefit from M365 Copilot license. Here, our admin Copilot knows to leverage that data and bring you some recommendations based on the users that would benefit from that report. And then you can scroll through that data, and if you want to actually further look at this information, you can go into a white screen mode and sort of see, okay, which of these users are also using Outlook or also using Word, PowerPoint, Excel, the productivity apps. You can continue to refine and interact with that Copilot in a way that you can then say, it can get you to the point of being able to narrow it down to the few users that you want to actually assign the licenses to. And our goal is to not just give you information, but also complete the actions. And for that, you can actually complete the action of assigning users right from here. So I've quickly, in a whirlwind, gone through Copilot overview, Copilot security, Copilot settings, Copilot usage, all in one place. Now I'm going to hand it over to Ronil to cover all aspects of agent management.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Looks like there's a clapping competition going on, so thank you for keeping us in the competition with the other rooms around you. I'm excited to talk to everyone today for a... Woo! I'm excited to talk about something which is top of mind for a lot of you today, which is Agent 365 agent management. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how Microsoft Agent 365 empowers IT admins like you to oversee all their organization's AI agents in one place. These capabilities are going to ensure that you can scale agent and AI innovation in your organization without introducing chaos or any security risks. So let's dive in and see how it really works. Now, agent management isn't just an IT concern. In this slide, we're showing you the breadth of personas who are involved in making the agents successful within your organizations. Let's start with the agent maker, whatever tool they're using in Copilot Studio, AI Foundry, building amazing agents to enable all of us to do wonderful things. We have the IT admins like you who need control and permissions to monitor these agents. We have the end users who demand wonderful agents to help them in their day-to-day tasks. We have the business decision makers who want measurable ROI from the investment they're making across the AI spectrum. And of course, the security teams, rightly so, demanding enterprise protection and compliance. All these stakeholders come together under Agent 365, which is the unified control plane for all your agents. Now, I'm sure you've seen this slide several times this week, but I wanted to briefly cover the 5 pillars we have under Agent 365. The first one, it's the central registry for all your AI agents you have in your organization. And I'm going to show you what that looks like and how that comes to life. We have robust access controls, which help you govern how different users in your organization can access these agents. We'll talk about beautiful visualizations we have where you can see how these agents are interacting with each other. There are interop capabilities with all the different M365 applications we have. And of course, security integrated in everything we do across all our security products of Entra, Purview, and Defender. Agent 365 gives you all these capabilities, whether they are Microsoft-built agents, built by your organization, or seeked from a third party. Agent 365 works across all of them. Now, in that framework, I'm going to talk about these things today. I'm going to walk you through the agent overview dashboard, which I'm sure you saw at the keynote as well. Gives you a high-level insight of all the things around agent insights. I'll walk you through the unified agent registry we have, powered by Entra. Based on your feedback, we've made several improvements to lifecycle controls and governance actions, things which you've asked from us. I'm happy to share a lot of updates around that. And also a sneak peek into upcoming features around bulk management, the usage of graph APIs and rules-based management, which is, I'm sure, going to excite a lot of you in this room. Each of this capability addresses real-world IT problems which you all are facing, and we are going to show you how we are going to help solve those. Let's start with the agent overview. It's your one-stop dashboard for all the things you need for visibility around the AI, fleet of AI agents that you have in your organization. One of the customer problems we had is I can't tell what agents we have and whether they help or what needs my attention. And if you look at this slide, and I'm going to divide this into 3 rows. The first row is our hero metrics. We are showing you all the agents you have within your organization, which is the agent registry. Here I have hundreds of thousands of them. The second one talks about the active users, how many users are using these agents within your organization. And the third, the ROI part of it, is how much time is being saved by these agents. In the second row, we are going to break down the inventory or the registry we have by the top publishers and the top platforms we have. We'll show you the active usage of the increase of usage of agents within your organization, so you are in sync with how your organization is using these things. And of course, the common things like which are the trending agents within your organization. But the key thing for this audience is the last row as well, is the top actions which need your attention as IT admins. How many pending requests do I have? Are there any agents which have been deemed risky, which I need to go take action on, or should I get my security team involved in them? The lifecycle management has become a key part, just like users. Are there any ownerless agents which I need to find a new owner, which are actively being used within my organization? And if any of the agents are having exceptions, this will also bring those to life so that you can take action and work with the developers to go address them. All those things are integrated into the agent overview page, so you have one view of what's high-level overview of what's happening within the organization. But now let's go to the agent registry. And this is an actual quote from one of our customers that our agents are scattered across tools. I need one trusted registry with rich metadata and lifecycle actions. And the agent registry does just that. And this is an expanded view of what it looks like. You can go to the Agent 365 tab, which is now available in the admin center, and you click on the all agents, and you'll see the entire list of agents you have within your organization, and this is powered by Microsoft Entra as well. There are filters like the publishers and platforms and the availability things which you have used in the past. They continue to be there. We've added a lot of new capabilities there. But the key thing to remember is this really is the registry for every type of agent you have within the organization. It doesn't matter if it was built with Copilot Studio Agent Builder, the Copilot Studio Full, whether it's a SharePoint agent, it's built by 𝗦𝗽𝗀𝗀𝗃 Agent SDK, it's built by AI Foundry, or even if it's third-party agents which are running within your ecosystem. All those things you'll be able to see them in the registry, and you'll have the same governance actions like publish, block, deploy, all those available to you as part of this registry page. Some of the columns you see on the right are new columns which you don't have today. These are our observability metrics which you're bringing into this view as well. What is the usage of this? How many sessions and responses and all the cool insights Shilpi talked about? We're bringing that into the agent registry page as well. And the middle column, which I'm going to expand to as well, brings in all the security signals we have from our security products, and we are bringing in the key risks so that you can sort by them and see which are the agents which are risky in this situation and you need to take action on. Let's click on one of them to see what it looks like. So I'm going to click on the comms agent here, and I'm going to walk you through each of the tabs. So the overview tab gives you a quick name, description, metadata, who's built it, what tool it was built, standard stuff, nothing too exciting here. But if you go to the data and tools section, now you'll be able to see all the MCP servers this agent is using. If it's using computer use, we'll flag that as well. If there are graph connectors the agent is using, you'll be able to see those as well. And if the agent is grounded in any of the knowledge sources like SharePoint files, PDF files, all those are available to you to see as well. So you can inspect and make the decision on which agents you should allow within your organization. The security and compliance tab expands on the security risks which I showed you earlier. Here you'll be able to see if any of the security systems, whether Purview, Entra, Defender, have flagged something as risky. You'll be able to see them and go directly to those portals from here to remedy the action. You'll also see the policies and templates that you've applied to this agent as part of this tab. The permissions tab, and this is some feedback updates we've made based on your feedback. Previously, you could only see all the permissions and then you can bulk accept them, but now you can granularly control each of the permission. Previously, you had to go to the Entra portal to do that, and now we are bringing that capability into the admin center as well. And the activity tab, brand new, brings all our observability signals around the usage, sessions, error rates, and per agent you can drill down now into who are the users who are using this and most active users for this situation. So hopefully that gives you a good overview of the registry page. Now, next I'm going to switch tracks to the governance controls which I talked about. I'm going to talk about three things. And the first one is feedback, again from you, is we have controls on who can create and use the agents today. They have been there for a while. But now we've introduced a new control on how broadly can an agent be shared within the organization. And this is key because you do not want every agent built by anyone in your organization to be available to all, across the entire organization. And we have heard you, and we've implemented this change, and it's there for you to use today. Say I have a scenario where I want only my sales and agents built in my sales and finance departments to be allowed to be shared broadly within the organization. I go to the Agent 365 settings page. I click on sharing, and I specify that, hey, these are the two Entra groups I'm going to allow for broad sharing within the organization, and that's it. You have full control over how these agents are shared within your organization. Now you've built great agents within your organization, and you want to make sure that your end users who you are targeting these agents for can find them. Discoverability of these tools, especially if there are hundreds and thousands of agents, it's going to be hard. So we've introduced a new pinning control right within the registry page where you can take any agent, doesn't matter what agent it is, whether it's built by Microsoft or you or a third party, and you can pin it so that when the end user goes to the Copilot chat page, It's pinned right there on the left rail, and they can easily find the tools they need to be successful. Let's take an example here that I have a sales coach agent. So I start with the registry page, and this is where you can pin for users in your organization. You click on that, and it brings you this panel where we also show you the agents which are pinned by Microsoft. So in this case, you can see analyst and researcher were pinned by Microsoft. By the way, researcher, wonderful agent. You should all go try it. It's, it even helped me write speaker notes for this session. So it's really amazing what it can do. Say I click on pin agents, and I select sales coach, and I say I want only the sales organization to make sure that it's pinned for them. So I go to the next page, and I select the sales group. And here, now every user who is part of the sales group, when they open up Copilot chat, they'll find sales coach pinned right there. No need to go discover it and struggle for where this agent is. Is it sales coach 1 or 2? You have the right tools pinned for the users where they need it. Let's talk about one more control is around the governance lifecycle management. Is with so many users, the life cycle of agents is becoming closer to people as well, how we manage people. And we had an issue in the admin portal where you couldn't change the owners once an agent is made by a particular person. You couldn't reassign that. And we fixed that. And that's also a huge problem when someone who's made a good agent leaves the company, and that's what we were calling ownerless agents. And now you can find them and reassign owners for them. It's a huge improvement, especially when you're running agents at scale. Let's take a quick look what it looks like. So when I go to the agent registry page, here I see there are 8 ownerless agents, so I can filter very quickly on that. The invoice processing one, that's an important one. Let me go click on that. And I see this option of assign new owner. This wasn't there before, now it's there, you can go try it. And I know this should belong to Robin in my organization. He's the owner of the invoice processing tool now. And I can go ahead and assign Robin as the owner for that. And click assign. And as soon as I do that, now Robin will get an email that, hey, you're now the owner for this, and you can manage the life cycle of the agent going forward. And now I have only 7 more problems to think about today, which is great. Now I've talked about a lot of the governance controls and the registry page, but at this point you were like, Ronil, I have 100,000 agents. Are you really expecting me to go click and browse in a UX, and how do I integrate it with my third-party systems? Can we have APIs so we can do it in our own way? And we have heard this time and again, and I'm so glad that we finally have this capability. This is where I expect an applause. And you can, in December, you can go try this out. We are starting with these 5 capabilities. Would love to know what else you would love to have that, but you can get the entire registry by the APIs. You can do a get call. You can go ahead and find the details for a particular agent as well. So that way, all the tabs that I showed you, you can get that rich metadata. So you have your own app lifecycle management solution you've built in your organization. You can integrate with that. Of course, you can do all the lifecycle actions like publish, deploy, block. All those are going to be supported. And if you have Teams apps of the past or Teams agents where you were uploading and manipulating manifest zip files, you can do all of those today as well. But why stop there? We have the APIs. We are in the age of AI. What else can we do? And so one of the key new features which is releasing in December as well is a rules-based management concept. And this is really straightforward to understand if you've used any of the if this, then that type of tooling, which there are lots of nowadays. And wouldn't it be wonderful if I could just set a rule that if an agent is not being used in the last 90 days, auto-expire it? Or if that agent has been deemed insecure by a security system, go ahead and block it. So you don't have to go, chase these things down. The system just does it for you. And you can do just that. If you go to the Agent 365 settings page and click on rules, now you can add a rule. And in this case, I've selected a rule which says that, hey, if an agent has one of these 4 intra permissions and there is a security rule, a security alert from one of our products, go ahead and block it. And as soon as I click next on this page, I can see that, hey, this rule which I'm about to turn on is going to affect 4 agents, so that I'm aware of the impact I'm going to cause in my organization. Just like an Outlook rule, I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with Outlook rules and have used that, or the mail transport rules that we have. You can either turn on this rule, or you can put it in some monitoring mode, so you can see how the system is behaving before you build confidence and turning this on in production. But this is going to be a huge step in our ability to manage these agents at scale. And to wrap it up, these are the few things that we covered today. I talked about the agent overview page, which gives you a full overview of the entire agent estate you have in your organization. We walked you through the registry and individual agents, what they look like, what kind of metadata you have. I shared some of the lifecycle and governance controls which we have improved based on your feedback, and also talked about the bulk management that we have in place and coming soon. But a lot of our business leaders and IT professionals, they want to understand how the agents are being used and what's the ROI we are getting from that. And for that, I'm going to invite Shilpi back to walk you through the agent dashboard we have in the Viva Insight. Thank you.
All right, so in the last 5 minutes, I'm going to quickly walk you through what you're going to do when you go back to your offices. Because all the information that Ronil and I have shared is all within the M365 Admin Center. It enables you as the IT admin and the IT teams. You have leaders in your organization that need access to all of this information as well. We're now bringing to life dashboard number 2. You have already been using the Copilot dashboard in Viva Insights. Soon you will have the agents dashboard in Viva Insights. Top 3 layers of your organization are auto-enabled to have access to this dashboard in a way that they can go in and see similar metrics of agent usage, agent intensity of use, by which departments are using this, what types of agents are getting used in my organization, what sources of development and what sources of publishing are happening on those agents. All of this information, all of these metrics available to you in the Admin Center, but also available to your leaders in the Agent Dashboard in Viva Insights, allows them to be able to see the agents that they are sponsoring within their organization to be built and powering their local processes. They're able to see and track adoption of those and see the impact of those. So you can also see what agents are trending very well in your organization, and click into individual agents to see information at the agent level. Again, the audience and persona are different, but similar information available to you. You don't have to do any more work to enable them. You don't have to do any more work to prepare these dashboards and make it available for your leaders. Just point them to this dashboard. We will have links to this dashboard from the admin portal as well, so you can get to it easily as well. So with that, just quickly recapping, Copilot management, you have new capabilities that allows you to see all the settings in one place, all your security posture in one place, all your usage and adoption in one place. You have an AI ability to interact with and enable your productivity with the admin Copilot, the Copilot for M365 admin. And you have all the rich agent management capabilities that you've seen in several sessions this Ignite. But you have, go back, try out the agent inventory, see what's showing up in your agents, and work with us, give us feedback, tell us what you want to see. We're here to listen to your feedback and what other improvements you'd want to see. Cheers. Thank you.